all manifestation is not delay. All the manifestation that seems to take a long time, should I say, is not delay. It is not delay. Just because a thing hasn't happened does not mean that you're in a delay. But it is your responsibility to know where you are in your life. As I said to you again, and remember this, if the Father would not take the cup from Jesus, Jesus had the same problem that all of us have. None of us want to go through anything in this life. Nobody does. He said, Father, will you, if it be your will, can you remove this cup? Can you take it from me? Father wasn't doing anything. And Jesus said, well, you know what? Nonetheless, not my will, you have your way. And he had to still drink that cup. He had to be obedient even to the death of the cross. And God is asking us the same thing. David says, and I'm going to say it to you again, this key, David says, look, he said, I remembered, in Psalms 30, he starts remembering, he starts rejoicing and thanking God because God has now blessed him. But he got right down in the middle and he says, you know what? I remember when I was going through. And he said, that mountain, you made that mountain to stand right there. I thought I was going to lose my mind. And he was like, oh, why won't this thing move? He said, you turned your face against me. You hid your face. I was asking you to keep Saul off my foothills because I was tired of running through these woods. I was held up in strongholds on backsides of mountains. I'm having to gather men fighting kings off my people. People I hadn't even possessed yet. Hadn't possessed the kingdom. All I had was a vision from you. And you got me going through all of this. Mountains that I need to be moved out of my... You got me going through all of this for a crown? Are you kidding me? But the day that he took his seat as king, when Saul fell on his sword, and the armor bearer of Saul fell on his sword, and the people turned and said, there is our king. There is King David. He's the one that's here going to take care of us. He's our king. This is who God has chosen. And life became so easy because all the people now gravitated. Because I'm going to tell you something. Somebody's watching you. And you don't think for a second that they don't know your positioning. They don't think for a second that someone doesn't know that you are the one that's anointed to do this. You are the one that's appointed, that God chose to do this. And they can't figure out for the life of them why you are doing something else, why you're not doing what you're supposed to do. All those people in your family are dying because you are the one that God sent. You are the deliverer, and you won't go through the process so they can be healed, so they can come out of sin. God trying to crown somebody as king, as queen. He's trying to crown somebody, and he can't get his glory out of what he sent. So you're going to keep on going through a 40-year journey. And some of us might be 40 years old. You have a 40-year journey, which was only supposed to be 3 days to get to the other side. And God says, I'm still fighting with you about a mountain I refuse to move. God says, you are in my appointed time. Will you meet me at the cross? Will you meet me and get up on that cross so this mountain can be moved? You are asking me for everything, and I have given you everything that pertains to life and godliness. I've given you everything, all the good stuff. And you say, well, somebody has my job, and that lady took my job. They fired me. My car, was broke. I don't have any money in the bank. I can't feed my children. I'm going through sickness. I'm going through disease. They tell me I'm going to die. I have no money to go to the doctor. But you love God. So he says, all you got is your love for me. And all I told you was, if you love me, then keep my commandments. That is all I told you to do. And if you love me, that mountain that you need moved, that key I gave you is obedience. That's the only door. That is the only door that will access all the other doors. That is the only windows that will pour out a blessing you don't have enough room to receive is obedience. I'm still waiting for you to do that. And unfortunately, these are the people of God.